Hey, I'm back. I was in Ireland, and was that ever a blast? I got to see so many cool things. In fact, my relatives had me go around to all these Game of Thrones stores. You got to look that up. It was, I thought it was kind of kooky at the beginning, but it turned out to be pretty good. And I will tell you also, Ireland's wet with rain and whiskey. And man, did I have a great time. So I didn't get a chance to record an interview over there, but I gave my producers a heart attack because he realized we had no interview ready to go this week, but I said, look, we've got to go back to one of the best interviews that we've ever done because I'm calm. And I went over to C-Suite TV's Executive Perspectives Live as an episode because I went and grabbed an interview that I did with Sudhir Koharni, who's president of sales at Persistent Systems. And we did one on the role that digital transformation plays in everyday business. What a great episode. So before we get into that, I want to talk about my friends at Liberty Tax because starting your own business doesn't have to be a difficult endeavor. Investing in a franchise is a great way to have a rewarding career, financial freedom, and owning your own business. That's why investing in Liberty Tax Service makes perfect sense. They provide a strong support system, ongoing training, marketing support, and national brand awareness. I mean, you know who they are. You see them all the time. Find out more about becoming a franchise at libertytaxfranchise.com. Now, a little bit more about Sudhir. Sudhir, as I mentioned, is president of sales at Persistent Systems. I sat down with him in New York City, and we talked about the current state of technology and what companies need to do to have a successful digital transformation. So if you're not there all the way, this guy's one smart cookie, and he talks about some very insightful ideas and themes for you and your business. So here it is, my Executive Perspectives Live episode with Sudhir Koharni, President in Sales of Persistent Systems. We're talking about a big company giving you lots of big ideas as we look at Executive Perspectives Live podcast launching in the spring.
From Main Street to Wall Street, global business celebrity and former Fortune 100 C-suite executive Jeffrey Hayzlett takes you inside the good, the bad, and the ugly of businesses today. Saddle up. It's time for All Business with Jeffrey Hayzlett.
I actually say change, adapt, or die. Is there a lot of that in the way in which we need to look at changing our businesses and moving to different types of technologies, ways of doing things?
See, here's the deal, right? Digital transformation is here to stay.
Yeah.
I want to use this line from Star Trek, the Borgs, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
So resistance is futile. Right? That's the first text that comes out of the Borgs. So when Mark Andreessen talked about software is eating the world about a few years ago, 7-8 years ago, people thought he was, joking, or he was trying to promote some, next generation Netscape kind of, technology. But when you start looking at today's day and age, I believe that software is not just eating the world, but will continue to do so for the next 20 years. Mm-hmm. Now, when you hear of a CEO of Domino's Pizza describing his company as a software company and not a pizza company, you got to sit up and take notice, right? There's something going on here. When you look at technology like an AlphaGo, for example, from Google's DeepMind, beating a human, Lee Sedol, the reigning champion of the Go game, which is a 19 by 19 board game, and humanly impossible to really fathom all the moves that are possible, but this guy was the champion. And when you see an artificial intelligence program beat him, fair and square, 4-1 in a game of 5 games, you got to sit up and take notice that this technology, this software is here to stay, and it is disrupting not just 1, 2, but almost every single industry. So I kind of believe the fact that, this disruption that you're talking about is here to stay, and it'll only keep enhancing and increasing. In today's world, you may decide with the kind of nimble-footedness that most of your, Ubers of the world, of your industry, you're always looking over your shoulder to see which Uber is trying to disrupt my steel business, right? So you got to really figure out what exactly are they doing and how are they doing it. So when you look at transformation, it's about nothing else other than the mindset of the C-levels, organization to see if the CXO can really think about transforming their business on a continuous basis. Can they not settle down? There is really no settling down in this kind of an environment. So you'll always have to be all fleet-footed, always think about what's going on next, what technology is coming in, what kind of products are being launched.
So you're bringing in the thought process around the guiding principles. So it's almost as though you're saying, okay, you get it right,
Yes.
But once you get it right is the time to break it again.